you're ever in San Francisco and you need to park your car, and you need to park your car on a hill, and you're not at a metered spot, number one, check the signs and make sure that Mr. Street Sweeper isn't coming through during the time that you're going to leave it there. Number two, turn your wheel. If you're parked facing uphill, you turn it to the right. So if the brakes go out, then the curb catches your front wheel. And if you're parked downhill, turn it. Did I say turn it to the right? If you're parked uphill, turn your wheel to the left. If you're parked downhill, turn your wheel to the right. So if your brakes give out, then the curb tries to stop your car, or the building, or whatever pedestrians rolling down the sidewalk at that point. If you fail to do any of those things, then you're likely to get a ticket, which I had to learn. I had to relearn those lessons multiple times. The turning wheel part, that took me once, and I was like, fuck, all right, I can remember that. But the signs and checking the signs, I don't like signs very much. I don't like bothering with them, but after getting enough $70 tickets from parking incorrectly, it changes my level of insolence for written rules. So, this isn't about that, though. What this is about is my water fast. This is partially about my water fast, and it's partially about the Mandela effect, and it's partially about merging and shifting timelines. Go check out Susso Anthony's channel if you want to hear more about that. So, last night, I had the idea that I wanted to do a water fast today, right? And yesterday, I didn't eat. I didn't eat too much during the day, but I did have hot dogs. I had some AM PM style hot dogs for dinner. And they were all right. They weren't terrible. So I had those, 6, 7 o'clock. I don't know, something like that. And when I was going to sleep last night, I felt like my stomach just felt like water was sloshing around in there, like real full and bloated kind of feeling. Not bloated even, but just like there's a certain feeling when your digestive system is not working properly. I don't know exactly how to describe it. But anyway, woke up, felt really sick, and so I went to find a restroom, and I ended up shatting it and spatting it, just divesting of all of my liquid ownings in the body. And I was having to go back every hour or so, every few hours, so I just stayed in the parking lot where the restroom was at. And every time I'd come back and I would just rest, I would rest or meditate or listen to soothing music, and basically just felt like shit, had a headache. And so still wanting to do the water fast, even though I was having all this other shit going on, because I like doing what I want to do, basically. And so this went on from like 8 to perhaps, 8-ish in the morning, maybe 8, 9 to 1 o'clock, I would say. So it was a good 5 hours of just feeling very bad, feeling on the verge of throwing up, nauseous. I didn't end up throwing up. Even in the bathroom, I didn't really throw up much. It was mainly like diarrhea type stuff. Sorry if this is offending your squeamy sensibilities. Where was I? So it's like 1 o'clock. I'm still laying down, still feeling like shit. And I I was remembering back to Susso Anthony's videos about, all his whole channel is about the Mandela effect and shifting timelines. So his idea of manifesting, and it's a very interesting idea, I hadn't really heard of it before, but his idea of manifesting is, it's not that you like conjure up, say you want a physical object in your life, it's not that you conjure up a physical object, it's that you shift into the timeline where that physical object already exists. And this also goes along with what Og is talking about when he says everything has already happened, or when he says spirit knows everything. It all goes in line with that. So if you take those lines of thinking and extend it out to something that you may want or not want, everything that you could want, according to that model, has already happened in some sense. It already exists in some sense as like a possibility. It exists out there in the ether as a possibility. And instead of looking in one spot, if you want an apple, and focusing and like, let me create an apple right there, you just shift your timeline to a timeline where the apple already is right there. And that's a very oversimplification of what it is exactly, but that's how I'm understanding it. So I was sitting here feeling very sick and nauseous and didn't want to move, and I figured I was going to be laying in the car the whole day and not able to drive or work or anything. And I remembered about Susso Anthony and his shifting timelines, so I was like, well, I'll just shift into a timeline where I'm not sick anymore, and then I can work. And that was like the extent of it popped into my head, I did it, like I basically intended that would happen, and forgot about it. Like I didn't really think, I didn't think, oh, this is going to work, and I didn't think, oh, this isn't going to work. I just had that thought, and then I intended that should happen, and kind of forgot about it. And then it was like something like half an hour later that I stopped feeling sick. Just like completely. I wasn't even feeling hungry from the water fast that I was starting. So I stopped feeling sick, and I was like, okay, well, that worked. And I, started driving, and I've been driving, and now it's like 12:30, midnight. I have not felt one iota of sickness since that occurred. And also the water fast was pretty normal. I didn't really feel hungry the whole day, and I was doing my breathing exercises. I pretty much felt like I always feel, which is very still, baseline still, like always. But I just wanted to tell you all about the shifting timeline thing, and I don't really care what exactly happened. I don't care if I shifted a timeline or not. All I care is that whatever it was that I was trying to do worked, because I was feeling very sick, and then I intended that I was going to shift into a timeline where I wasn't feeling sick so I could work, and that's what happened. And I didn't even think anything of it. Not really. I think for these things to work, if you have that like shred of doubt or like you don't really think what you're trying to do is going to work, then it won't work because of that. But I didn't have a doubt or a not doubt. I just said it and wanted it, and it happened, and that was fine. And now here I am, and I'm not sick now either. So yeah, the world is kind of wacky, guys. It's kind of a crazy place. Anyway, I'm kind of tired, so gonna go to sleep. Hope everybody's doing well. Get back to me with any stories that you've had about shifting timelines, or Mandela affected stuff is kind of boring to me, but let me know if any kind of miraculous stuff has happened in your life, or if you've manifested it in a way that seems counterintuitive to normal life. Let me know in the comments. Good night. Bye.